Hey, what is up, Flavor family? It is Bobby and Art back at the grocery store because summer is in full swing and I thought we should do a review video all about condiments, right? Ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, mayo, relish, all the things we love to put on our steaks, burgers, and hot dogs. And I'm very, very sad to say that a lot of these condiments we have to stay away from. My friends are sneaking so many sugar, corn syrup, preservative, things that we just don't need in our body into these ingredients. But luckily, I did find a number of really good condiments that we can use this summer. So we're gonna do a huge haul of what to buy and what to avoid. But before we do that, take a second and click that little subscribe button because every week now we're rocking out 3 videos, you guys. 2 videos on the weekend and a live stream during the week. Better yet, right below this video is a little bell icon. Push that bell icon and enable all notifications because as soon as we go live, you don't want to miss out, especially on our live streams. We're cooking a recipe from start to finish. It is a ton of fun and we want you to be a part of that one. All right, let's start with tomato ketchup, right? That's about as Americana as we get, and we'll go with Heinz. You probably know that Heinz might not be the best ketchup option, but there's a few other reasons why it's really not good at all. We look here, there's 4 grams of sugar per 1 tablespoon. 4 grams is 1 teaspoon of sugar. I don't know anyone who only uses 1 tablespoon of ketchup. So if you're gonna put maybe 3 tablespoons on your hot dog or your hamburger, we're talking about a whopping 3 teaspoons of added sugar here. Some of that might be natural, but I'm saying only 1 gram of the 4 is gonna be natural. So there's a ton of added sugar, and it's not cane sugar here. It's high fructose corn syrup, and natural flavoring, the dreaded natural flavoring that's in everything in the grocery store, which I'm going to talk about in a second. There's some new, very troubling info I learned about natural flavoring. So we'll put that down. And then you might say, okay, Bobby, well, right next to you is the Heinz no sugar added one. That's probably a good option, right? And it would be if they weren't using the cruddiest quality sweetener ever in the form of sucralose. Sucralose is another word for Splenda. Splenda is a chemically man-made sugar that is really bad for you because it kills a lot of your good gut bacteria and it's really bad for your intestines. Plus, once again, they put the natural flavoring in here. So that's out. Then you might say, okay, Bobby, well, right next to you, here, this is Heinz sweetened with honey. If we look at the ingredients, there's no cane sugar, there's no high fructose corn syrup, there's honey. Well, the problem is you need to go on Netflix and watch a documentary called Rotten. Choose the honey episode because a lot of honey that gets imported for food use like this in the US is from China. And China cheats. They cut their honey with rice syrup and then they send it over here and it's used in food products like this. It's a really big scam and now China's getting around that by first shipping their honey to like Philippines or Thailand, then shipping it here. It's really, really bad news. Plus this has natural flavoring. So I wouldn't get this one either. Luckily, best in class, and they have it here at Target, is Primal Kitchen. This is Whole30 keto and paleo ketchup. We look at the ingredients, super clean, right? No sugar, no sweetener, no artificial natural flavorings. It is a little expensive, which is why, if you guys remember, I have the Flav City keto sugar-free ketchup recipe. It comes out to $3 for 12 ounces of it, so it's way cheaper than this. I'll put the recipe down below. It is fantastic. It lasts 3 weeks in the fridge, and it is so easy to make. There's a couple other options here I brought with me. This is a record I set today for the most amount of outside groceries I've ever brought into a grocery store. If you want the lowest sugar store-bought ketchup you can get, I found it at Trader Joe's. Oh no, this is the Whole Foods, this one. The Trader Joe's organic ketchup only has 2 grams of sugar per tablespoon. That's half the amount that Heinz has, and it's organic. Surprisingly, the Whole Foods one actually has the same amount of sugar as the Heinz, so I would not get that. Then, for my Walmart fans out there, you all know G. Hughes, right? He makes this sugar-free ketchup and barbecue sauce, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's $2.88 per container, but I really can't give it my seal of approval as much as I want to. We look at the ingredients. He uses modified cornstarch as a thickener, right? Well, it's GMO corn it's coming from, so that's strike number 1. And he uses sucralose, aka Splenda, as a sweetener. So as much as I want to approve this one, I can't. Then got this one also at Walmart, Tessemae's, and there's no sugar added. The only sweetener is dates, and once again, there's only 2 grams of sugar. So this is not keto approved, but it is Whole30 approved and paleo, and this is a great option. So that's it for the ketchups, right? So those are your options. Just read the ingredients, stick to low sugar, preferably no sugar at all. Then we go above right here. We go to mustards, and I was in my head thinking, oh, all mustards are good, especially the yellow ones. It's a few ingredients. All the mainstream mustards, the French's, the Heinz's, we look at the ingredients and everything's good until they add natural flavoring. We've been talking about this a ton lately. To recap really quickly, when you see natural flavoring on a label, which 90% of the ingredients in a grocery store has that, there's nothing natural about that. The rule is they have to start with something natural, like a mustard seed, a tomato, a peach. As long as they start with something natural, they can literally add up to 100 chemicals to it and change it and alter it in a lab with a scientist and still call it natural. The reason why they can do that is because it's not a government regulated term, and it's totally bad for you because it kind of acts like MSG because it gets you hooked on the product. What they do is they isolate the most bold, flavorful properties in the natural flavoring to excite your taste buds, excite your brain, buy more. What happens when you buy more? They make more money. So they pretty much have hijacked our taste buds, and the natural flavorings are completely unnatural. So stay away from that. The only ones I've found that didn't have the natural flavoring were organic. You gotta buy organic. So first of all, here at Target, Simply Balanced, organic yellow mustard. Look at the ingredients, clean as can be. Walmart has a brand of organic mustard, clean as can be. Trader Joe's has one. Whole Foods has one. There's Primal Kitchen, one called Organicville, Annie's Organic, Eden Foods, and Woodstock. And it's really not that much more expensive, but you want to avoid those ingredients. Let's turn our attentions to mayonnaise. Let's just say you want to reach for the olive oil mayonnaise because you want a healthier mayonnaise, right? Be very careful, my friends, because look at the ingredients here. It's soybean oil and then olive oil. So they're using more soy than olive oil, and they usually do that. They combine it with soy, canola, and olive. So I would not trust a brand like this, and they're usually using very low quality olive oil. Then we go through here. Most of the standard mayonnaises are gonna have natural flavoring, but they also have this ingredient, check it out, calcium disodium EDTA. This is a food preservative that covers up rancid or like aging smells of fats in products. It's a bad preservative because it's also really bad for your stomach, your intestines, and the gut bacteria. So that's one you want to stay away from. But we talked about this in the cooking oils video. Soybean oil, canola oil, and veggie oil are very low quality oils in my opinion because they're super highly refined and highly processed at very high heat, and they use a chemical called hexane to extract the oil from the plant. When we're done with this video, go watch that one and you'll learn why we never buy those kind of oils, and that's the one they use for this one, so that's a no. And then don't ever do yourself a favor and buy light mayonnaise, because what is mayo? It's an emulsion of fat on fat, oil on eggs. If it's light, they're getting rid of the oil and putting sugar, so we never get that. Even something like Hellmann's Organic, it's a step up from regular Hellmann's or regular Kraft. We look at the ingredient, they're using organic soybean oil, so it's not GMO, but it is still highly processed. Ideally, you want to look for expeller pressed oils, but they're not using any of that preservative, but it still has the natural flavoring. So what do we do, right? What do we do when it comes to mayonnaise? Well, luckily here at Target, they have my favorite mayonnaise. It is a bit pricey, but this is avocado oil mayonnaise from Primal Kitchen. We love avocado oil because it's a heart-healthy oil that's high in oleic acids, meaning it raises your good cholesterol, the HDL, lowers your bad cholesterol, the LDL, and it's just a good oil. And look at the ingredients on this mayonnaise. Super clean, just a handful, and the flavor of this is amazing. If you're gonna buy Sir Kensington's, make sure it's the one without sugar. 90% of them have sugar. This one actually doesn't. If you're lucky enough to live near a Costco that sells the big bottle of Chosen Foods avocado oil mayonnaise, this is the best deal ever. Also, some Costco's, I believe in Texas and maybe New Jersey, have a big bottle of Primal Kitchen. Scoop that. That is one of the best deals ever for mayonnaise. And then if you want to get vegan mayonnaise, stay away from this Just mayonnaise, even though it's eggless. And they do use expeller pressed canola oil, which is the better one. They still put calcium disodium EDTA and tapioca maltodextrin, which spikes your blood sugar because it's high in the glycemic index, and it's a food preservative I don't like. This is actually one of the better vegan mayonnaises. They do make a soy-free version, but if you look at the ingredients, it's super clean. There's also one that cracked me up. There's a vegan one called Earth Balance Mindful Mayo. It's like, can we get any more zen when it comes to mayonnaise than that? That's a really good one too. There's a horrible one from Walden Farms called Amazing Mayo. There's nothing amazing about it. It's a bunch of preservative and chemicals. All the brands from Walden Farms, the coffee creamers, the mayonnaise, all those ones are really terrible. And then I hate to do this to you guys in the South, but I know you love your Duke's mayonnaise. They sell it at Walmart. I just brought it in here for today. Even though it doesn't have salt, it does have natural flavorings, and it does have the dreaded calcium disodium EDTA, and it's made with GMO, highly processed, highly refined soybean oil. So I hate to say it, but Bobby does not approve this one. I would be remiss without saying that I have the Flav City avocado oil mayonnaise recipe down in the description box. It's paleo, whole 30, and keto. It lasts for 7 days in your fridge, but if you use a pasteurized egg, it'll last for 30 days, and it's way cheaper than this. Mine only costs $3 and change. So avocado oil mayonnaise is best. If you're not going to get that, make sure you get Expeller pressed canola oil mayonnaise that doesn't have natural flavorings or any of the bad preservatives in it.
I know this may not be Bobby approved, but rumor has it, when you bring out the Hellmann's, you bring out the best.
All right, this leads us to the most sugar-laden of sauces and condiments of all, barbecue sauce. Read the label and nutrition facts because this one is scary, my friends. A lot of you guys on Instagram asked me about Sweet Baby Ray's, which, by the way, if you're not following me on the Flav City Instagram stories, head over there and check it out because every night I'm doing stories of what I'm making for dinner, and it's a lot of fun. But Sweet Baby Ray's, look at the ingredients and look at the servings here, you guys. 2 tablespoons of this has a whopping 16 grams of sugar. Think for a second, 16 grams of sugar is over 4 teaspoons of white refined sugar in here, and high fructose corn syrup, caramel coloring, lots of bad stuff in here that you definitely don't want. This is really easy. Once again, here at Target, they have Primal Kitchen. This is the Keto Whole 30 and Paleo sugar-free barbecue sauce. It is fantastic. I know what you're thinking once again. What about my man, G. Hughes? I brought this one from Walmart. I love to recommend this because the bottle is such a good deal over at Walmart. Modified cornstarch made from GMO corn. I just can't get behind that. And sucralose, Splenda. So that's a major no-no. Luckily for you, once again, I have a Flav City keto barbecue sauce recipe. I'll put that down below. It keeps for 3 weeks in the fridge. It's absolutely delicious and only cost about $3, $3.50 versus this one here is about $5. So that's delicious, but you really want to go low or no sugar when it comes to barbecue sauce because the grams of sugar get hiked up big time. Okay, relish is really, really tough, you guys. I was surprised how hard this one is. First of all, you want to stay away from sweet relish, right? It's loaded with sugar. We have 1 tablespoon of sweet relish has 3 added grams of sugar. Obviously stay away from this kind of brands because they have high fructose corn syrup, yellow number 5 and blue number 1. That's extremely wrong. But you want to go to dill relish. Dill relish means it's not sweetened. The problem is every single dill relish I looked up on the market had the dreaded natural flavorings in there. So it made it really tough, including even the organic sweet pickle relish, not the dill, but the organic one from Trader Joe's. It had organic natural flavorings. Doesn't matter, organic natural flavorings or natural flavoring, still bad news. The only one I found on the market that's actually good is Bubby's naturally fermented dill relish. It's a natural fermentation, meaning they don't use any vinegar, so it promotes those probiotic bacteria that are super good for your gut. Kind of similar to what I just saw over here is kimchi, right? Kimchi is a natural fermentation, super good for probiotic bacteria in your gut. So I'll put that link down below. That's the only one I can find. Otherwise, it was sweetener and natural flavoring city, which was really disappointing. All right, I figure if we're gonna throw some steaks on the Barbie, we might as well talk steak sauce because what did Art just say about A1?
It's how steak is done.
Okay, well this is not how steak is done in my house because we look at the ingredients. They're using corn syrup and they're using caramel coloring. Here's what they do, you guys. Sugar, corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, they're putting it in everything at the grocery store. And we all know that sugar leads to obesity and diabetes, but it also is really bad for your stomach. It kills the good bacteria in your stomach and promotes the bad bacteria. Why does that matter? I keep talking about the stomach because the epicenter of your health begins and ends in the stomach. The probiotic bacteria in your stomach will really lead to your entire life of health, right? If you start to kill those, you're gonna have other issues. So it's really in your best interest to have healthy gut bacteria. So I would put that away. And once again, Primal Kitchen makes a steak sauce here with super clean ingredients, no sweetener, keto, Whole30, paleo approved. So if you're gonna do steak, put down the A1 and do steak sauce from Primal Kitchen. All right, that is it, Flavor City family. Art and I just rocked the condiment haul like a boss, you guys. We have some other cool summer ideas coming up along with some other epic haul ideas, but we want to know what you want to see next. I'm going to put a poll up right here. Vote and let us know, because they vote. They decide. We make the videos, except when we get kicked out. Then no videos happen at all. All the info from this video is down below in the description box, along with 2 other review videos streaming right below Art and I. But Art and I will see you soon. Until then, hashtag keep on cooking, mad love, and peace.